Let's face it, leveling up in Pokemon GO can be slow and a frustrating grind, but what if I told you there are hidden tricks that can help you level up much faster? The higher your level, the more items you can use, and your Pokemon can become more powerful. Starting off, one thing I noticed that a lot of older players do, and even some newer players, is that they don't catch all the Pokemon that they see. Even if it's a bad Pokemon, you'll still get some candies, which is then essential to getting a good Pokemon, and in Pokemon GO, catching a Pokemon grants you 100 XP. Using a Great Ball or an Ultra Ball can increase your chances of catching more exclusive Pokemon. Throwing a Curveball adds an extra 20 XP, and if you catch a Pokemon on your first throw, it'll add an extra 50 XP. And if you catch 100 of the same species in Pokemon, you will earn an additional 100 XP. So for example, if I were to catch 100 Pikachus, I would get an additional 100 XP. And if you were to get a nice throw on top of that, you would get an extra 20. A great throw would be an extra 100, and an excellent would be an extra 1000. So it is definitely worth trying to work on your throws, and special events offer 2 times XP, sometimes even 4 times XP, and if you were to use that with a lucky egg, which will double that XP, you could get insane rates for catching Pokemon. Next up, we're gonna have Gym Battle XP. Engaging with gyms offers several ways to earn XP. Defeating a Pokemon in an enemy gym will grant you 300 XP, while defeating all Pokemon in an enemy gym in a single attempt would be an extra 150 XP bonus on top of defeating the enemy gym, which would grant you 1000 XP. Now, feeding a berry to a Pokemon that's in a friendly gym will give you 50 XP, and additionally, holding a gym with your Pokemon grants passive XP over time, which is approximately 1 XP per minute, totaling up to 1440 XP for a full 24-hour period. While it's not that much, it does add up over time, and it is something that just is in the background, so it's not really much of a hassle, and you get 50 coins from defending the gym, so it's a win-win. Staying on the gym topic, we have the Raid Battle XP, which if you were to defeat a 1 or a 2-star, you would get 3500 XP, with a lucky egg doubling that to 7. A 3 or 4-star raid will give you 5000 XP, a legendary 5-star raid will give you 10,000 XP, an elite raid boss will give you 12,000 XP, and a mega legendary raid boss will give you 13,000 XP. Which the game gives you 1 raid pass a day, so make sure to use that, and there's even some events that will give you 2 or even like 5. There's been some crazy ones out there, so make sure to keep your eyes on the events. I post about these events as much as I can, so make sure to stay tuned with that. Another aspect that a lot of new people overlook is the friends, which if you didn't know, there is Reddit pages and Facebook pages where you can add friends, and all you're going to have to do is send gifts back and forth daily. Some of the XP that you're going to be seeing from the friendship goals is Good Friends is going to get you 3000 XP, Great Friend is going to get you 10,000 XP, Ultra Friend will get you 50, and Best Friend will get you 100,000. And if you double any of those, you can maximize it to 200,000 with Best Friend. These are only one-time rewards, but it's still nice because you can just remove friends and redo them and constantly have that XP coming in. I'll put the groups that I use in the description below where you can max out your friends list and get around 450 friends and just cycle them out and constantly have endless amounts of XP coming in. Next up, we're going to have the daily bonuses and streaks. If you guys didn't know, the catch streak for 7 days straight will give you 6000 XP, as well as the first spin of the day for a Pokestop will be 500 XP, and if you spin Pokestops for 7 days straight, you'll get a total of 2000 XP, which all of these rewards can be doubled by a lucky egg. So if you're loaded up on lucky eggs, I would definitely use them with these tips that I'm showing you in this video. And I would also just like to add that for the first time spin at a new Pokestop that you've never been at before, you will get an extra 250 XP, so make sure to explore any new areas that you haven't in your area. The next thing I'm going to suggest is mass evolving. The base XP rate that you get per evolution is 500 XP, and with a lucky egg you can double that to 1000. Now realistically, a full 30-minute lucky egg session of just straight evolving can allow 70 to 90 evolutions, so expect around 15,000 XP for 30 evolutions and a total of 60,000 without a lucky egg if you were to evolve 120 evolutions, which can be doubled to 120,000 with a lucky egg. The best Pokemon that you can mass evolve with the cheapest amount of candies is going to be Pidgey, Weedle, Caterpie, and Wurmple. These ones will only take 12 candies to evolve. Rattata, Sentret, Whismur, and Ladybug These will all take 25 candies to evolve, so make sure to take advantage of these because these do spawn pretty frequently. Next up, we are going to have the Go Battle League. If you didn't know, each win in battles gives you XP, with streaks giving you even more, and each set of bonus equals thousands of XP, which you are allowed to get 5 sets per day, which would be 25 battles total, and you could also get 5 extra spawns of Pokemon, so it is pretty worth it, especially because over level 20, you'll be able to get some legendaries at a 4% chance if you are to win 3 out of 5 wins in that set. Another thing that you can do is grind your medal and challenge rewards. Some medals, research tasks, or time challenges give 5 to 50,000 XP, which means that you can stack up on XP based special researches and claim rewards during the lucky egg. So if you had 10 special researches that give you 5,000 XP, you would get a total of 50,000 XP without the lucky egg, but with it you would have 100,000 XP, and you can do this to a way bigger scale and get tons of more XP, so make sure to use this trick. The final thing that I can suggest for you is to walk as much as you possibly can and hatch as many eggs as you can, because 2-kilometer eggs will give you 500 XP, with 5 and 7 giving you 1,000 and 1,500. 10 kilometers will give you 2,000 XP, and 12-kilometer eggs are the best with 4,000 XP, which would mean if you hatch 9 12-kilometer eggs with a lucky egg, you'd be able to get 72,000 XP in one batch. So make sure to look in your location and see where the most dense spot is, so you can get the most amount of spawns while walking and get the most amount of XP that you possibly can while playing Pokemon Go. That's going to be it for the best tips and tricks for gaining XP in Pokemon Go. Leave a like on the video if you enjoyed, and a comment if I missed anything as always, and let me know of any events or ideas that you guys want to see in the future. Thank you so much for watching this until the end.